What's going on? Closing out this Yes Drama album. This Yes Horn Downs album. Tempus Fugit was another song sketched out by the Squire, Hout, and White trio in late 79. Okay, so this is probably going to sound like Yes. This is probably going to bring it back. Its title is a Latin expression that translates as time flies. According to Howe, its name was derived from Squire's habit of arriving late to places. That's a terrible habit. That's not me. That's so not me. He attributes its ascending and descending guitar lines, rapidly changing keys, to the influence of pioneering jazz guitar Charlie Christian, whose work with Benny Goodman in the late 30s helped establish the electric guitar as a lead instrument. Yes, Charlie Christian, right? An OG jazz guitar player. Cool. Yes, worked on further material during the recording session, but remained incomplete. This included We Can Fly From Here and Go Through This, which were performed on the 80 tour, later released on the live compilation The Word Is Live 2005. Okay, alright. Tempus Fugit. Last song on the album. Let's get to it. Bam. Yeah, I mean, this organ and any of the organ sounds that they've used on this album are not like what Rick Wakeman uses. I feel like it fits better, frankly. with you. If we wait for an answer, will the silence be broken? Should we wait for an answer? Do we leave it unspoken? All right. Wow. Okay, yeah, there it is. Yeah, there's nothing else here. All right, cool. Yeah, this definitely felt more Yes. This was cool. I dig it. It definitely sounds like Yes. A little bit of it felt a little bit exercisey to me, but for the most part, this is cool. This is cool. Dig it. Yeah, this is probably like a fun one live, I imagine. Yeah, just because just the energy. It definitely has a lot of energy. This is definitely Yes. All right. That last track was such garbage. Sorry. I'm still like, goddamn, what the hell did I listen to? This was cool. Yeah, it was cool. It definitely brought back. This sounds like something that John Anderson would write melodically. It does, and maybe that's probably because of Chris Weir. I imagine it definitely brought it back. By far the best track on the album is Machine Messiah. Like by far. This might be number 2, and then I want to hold out for like Does It Really Happen and Into the Lens, because I feel like if I hear them again, I might be into them. Like it was okay, especially maybe like Into the Lens. That was interesting. Run Through the Light is a hard no for me. Just hard no. And White Car is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like this little ditty piece that's kind of random. So whatever. I mean, they did some of that kind of thing on Fragile, I guess. But yeah, for me, this album is Machine Messiah. That shit was awesome. All right, let's see. The Guardian wrote that the album's lyrics are tougher than Anderson's distinctive ramblings on the Mystic Fringe, and named Machine Messiah and Into the Lens as tracks that made Drama a distinctive album. New York Times, Drama, Yes, didn't take any chances alienating the faithful fans with a new wave or punk direction, and news more like Yes than Yes. News more like Yes than Yes? I don't understand what that means. Whatever. This guy wrote the album is full of the tried and true brew of orchestral, dramatic, art rock extrapolations, and is just as daring and fanciful as their previous albums. Picked Tempus Fugit as his favorite. Okay. LA Times, Drama is infinitely more accessible than earlier Yes albums. I suppose, but also not Yes. Like there's that element to it which makes it kind of, I don't know. I mean, I don't specifically feel that way. I mean, I do think that a lot of the melody in here, a fair amount of the melody definitely is more accessible because it just is more poppy, more hooky, more of that type of structure, repetitive, right? So in that way it's more accessible, but yeah, okay. Still highly demanding listening. Okay. In the same publication, this reviewer compared Dean's kitschy, dramatic land and seascape artwork on the album's sleeve to the music on it. Yeah, it sounds like he did a good job to me. I mean, I'm cool with their album covers, except Tornado. Tornado was a no to me, cover-wise. Considered Drama the most traditional Yes album in several years, proving to anxious fans about the lineup change that the new group can sound just like the old model. Only one that I thought felt like that was Tempus Fugit. It was the only one that felt like that to me. He described Horn's vocals as at times uncanny to Anderson's. A review in the Philadelphia Inquirer gave Drama 3 stars out of 4 with the new lineup. The results are quite pleasing, with the band displaying greater vitality and strength than their more recent albums with generally superb material. Yeah, vitality and strength. Yeah, it does. I mean, Tempus Fugit, definitely vitality, and strength, definitely Machine Messiah, for sure, right? The review picked Machine Messiah doesn't really happen. Tempus Fugit as highlight tracks. Tallahassee Democrat wrote that yes, that's like a paper or something, wrote that yes, still retain their patented group sound despite Anderson and Wakeman's departure with high tenor vocals, rhapsodic solos, and brisk tempo changes. Yeah, all the tempo, all that stuff that was happening in Machine Messiah I really liked. That was awesome. He picked out Howe's guitar work as the band's invaluable asset. I've been saying that for ever. I've been saying that forever. But said the band's lyrics are pretentious as always, which focuses mostly on a mixture of light and dark imagery. Rolling Stone picked out Machine Messiah, Tempus Fugit, and Into the Lens as standout tracks. Notes the addition of horn downs in the band has not substantially altered the Yes sound, image, or presentation. I mean, I think that Downs' keyboards are definitely different. The keyboard work is definitely different in terms of sounds. But I like it. I'm good with it. I think it works. I'm good with it. High vocals, symphonic arrangements, and quasi-mystical lyrics are still there. Pointed out the fresh new spirit of the group's playing, though commented that the Bugles' hit single video, Kill the Radio Star, is more memorable than the album itself. Well, yeah, that's a pop song. That's very different. Indianapolis Star wrote, Downs is an adequate replacement for Wakeman, but pointed out that Horn's voice does not work as well in certain sections, such as Into the Lens. He picked out that track with Machine Messiah and Tempus Fugit as highlights, the latter containing what Yes does best, with harmony singing, playing their instruments rampantly, and making vigorous rock and roll. Yeah, that definitely was the most Yes track on the album, Tempus Fugit. On Machine Messiah, the band assembles every kind of artillery that it can unload with its heavy metal opening and duel between guitar and vocoder, which this guy compared to dueling banjos from the film Deliverance. I've never seen Deliverance. He concluded with, I'm not going to, so don't worry about it. I don't watch movies. All right, I really mostly don't watch movies. Okay, he concluded with drama being Yes's best in years. Hang on. I mean, I just don't agree with that. I just don't agree that this is their best album in years. I think this is... I mean, not that I think it's bad. I don't think that it's bad. Except for Run Through the Light. I just think it's not as strong as any of their recent albums. Any of them. This is probably one of their weaker albums. I mean, it's really tough for me to say that because Machine Messiah was just awesome. And Tempus Fugit does... It sounds like Yes. It's a cool track. It sounds like Yes. And I still want to hold out for Does It Really Happen Into the Lens because I feel like if I hear him one or two more times, I'd be cool with it. Like, I didn't dislike it. But I liked Tornado. I loved Going for the One. Relayer I thought was cool. I just wasn't into it sonically. Tales from Topographic Oceans I thought was cool. Close to the Edge was cool. Fragile is Fragile, right? Maybe I would put it with... Would I put it with Fragile? Probably a lot of Yes fans would not like that if I throw it in with Fragile or the Yes album. But maybe it's more like the earlier albums where it's like, I don't know, some kind of hit or miss. Maybe it's more like that where it's a little bit more hit or miss. But to say it's one of their best albums and being Yes's best in years just tells me you didn't like Going for the One? That was just 3 years prior. Like, yes, that's years, but not like, come on. I just feel like that's unfair to say. That's me. I mean, whatever. I don't have a problem with Tornado. I feel like it's because people weren't into Tornado or something. Tornado is fine. I think it's a totally fine record. In a review written in Fort Lauderdale News, drama sounds exactly like Yes has always sounded, frighteningly so. Opening to Machine Messiah is compared to Black Sabbath, yes. Fashion with its ponderous, droning riff, totally. And that's why I'm probably so into it. And keyboard lines from Downs that he compared to Wakeman. He compared the overall mood of drama to Fragile and Close to Edge. Wow, okay, all right. So saying Fragile is not totally off. With relatively simple song structures, most with at least one good riff, though he considered the lyrics are the usual quasi-cosmic tripe. Run Through the Light is the album's best track, which he compared to Battle of Evermore by Led Zeppelin, go fuck yourself. Excuse me? Run Through the Light is hot garbage. It had nothing to do with Yes. Run Through the Light is an abomination on a Yes record. If it's on any other record, fine, but that is not Yes, in my opinion. No, you don't know what you're talking about. Sorry I even put myself in that same, saying that. Just no. Just no. Okay. Music Critic thought the group came up with a consistent album, summarizing it as fairly solid stuff. In a retrospective review for AllMusic, raised album 3 out of 5, writing, it rocks harder than other Yes albums and a harbinger of Yes and Asia albums to come throughout the 80s. Points out Squire's emboldened and aggressive bass playing with White's drums and Howe's more metallic approach. Picked out Machine Messiah and Tempus Fugit as the album's best tracks within an album of promising material. Cool, there you go. Former and later Yes singer John Anderson felt the album was not my idea of Yes and did not represent what the band truly is, but was open to rehearsing songs from the record during his later 10 years in the group, though his suggestions were declined. 2014 Prog readers voted Drama the 100th best prog rock album. Okay. 7 years later, his memoirs, Hart recalled that Drama stands out in my estimation as a true classic Yes album. It speaks oceans about Yes music and the melodic adventures that we loved, a kind of accumulation of the previous decade, I'd say. Yes toured Drama with a concert tour North America and UK from August to December 1980. Horn Downs had never performed live on such a large scale before and learned the Yes repertoire with Downs playing 14 keyboards on stage. Chris Squire said, "We could have told audiences they might want to take their tickets back because the band had changed, or just go ahead and do it and see what happens, so we opted to do that." So they didn't mention, that's kind of... If that were me and I bought tickets and I didn't know, I mean, I don't know timeline-wise how this all kind of laid out, but I would be pretty pissed. I'd be like, are you serious? Like, what? This should have been like half off. The ticket should have been like half the price. I got half a Yes. All right, anyways. Okay, at least a quarter off. All right. Horn faced issues with nervousness and with his voice, which increasingly strained as the tour progressed due to his efforts to match Anderson's high register. While marketing for the tour was mute on the lineup change, oh boy. Much of the North America leg was still a success. The tour included 3 solid shows in Madison Square Garden, New York City, where the band were presented a commemorative award for selling out the venue 16 consecutive times since 1974. Wow. Did not deserve to go to the 2 new members, sorry. UK leg, however, was not as well received. Many audience members expressed their anger with the lineup change by booing and jeering Horn and Downs. Damn, that sucks for them. It sucks for them. That sucks for them. It's not their fault. It's not. That sucks for them. After the tour, Yes disbanded in early 1981. Horn began a career in producing, which led him to producing Yes's immediate successor to, in 1983, 90125, which I have done already, right? It's been since then since I've heard it, but I have done that one. While Howe and Downs formed Asia. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know a ton of Asia. I don't think I know a ton of them. And I didn't know that it was like a Howe band previous to this. I know now, previous to reading this sentence, yes, I knew that Howe was in Asia. But knowing that they were connected is still pretty recent for me. All 5 members of the Drama lineup reunited in the recording of Yes's 12th album, Fly From Here. Okay, interesting. Yes did not revisit songs from Drama until Anderson's departure from the band in 2008. For the 2016 European tour, the album was performed in its entirety for the first time. Interesting. Okay, well, there's the album. I mean, I feel like I can see that how Tornado and this album were kind of like shake-ups for them. Like big shake-ups for them. This one especially, obviously. But even Tornado. But I mean, I like Tornado. I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. Yeah, I think Don't Kill the Whale is cool. I mean, I hear that it's different. It's different for them, but it's still them. I was fine with it. There was nothing that I was just like, no, this is a no. It was just different for them. But I'm still fine with it. So, all right, there it is. Drama. this album is definitely you know, an obvious hard turning point. Machine Messiah out of it was awesome though. To me, that's the one. I like that more than Tempus Fugit. Tempus Fugit sounds like old Yes. Totally sounds like Yes. Machine Messiah sounds like they should have went further that route, because that would have been just really awesome. At least to me, at least to me, because I'm like, just one listen, I'm like, oh yeah, this is really awesome. This is pretty awesome. And even still, I need to hear it again. It's pretty cool. All right, there you go. Drama. Okay, so what's next? Yes Shows. That's the live, right? The live album. I mean, yeah. Wow, there's some long tracks. Ritual Part 2. Wow. Yeah, I'll get to that. Obviously, I'll get to it. And then 90125, which I have done before. So if you want to check that out, look it up, because I've done it. It's been a minute since I've done it, but and I don't plan on redoing it. Big Generator is after that. This is years later. Wow. I don't plan on going further after Yes Shows. Yeah, at this point, I don't plan on going further. I'm sure that there's good stuff on other records, whether it's Big Generator or Union or whatever. Union, this album cover. This looks like old Yes. This looks like OG Yes. 14 songs on Union. Wow. Tony Levin. What is going on here? Tony Levin? Wait a minute. What? What? Yeah, no, I'm not checking this out. I mean, I like Tony Levin. Like, that's great. But this is obviously, clearly, Steve Porcaro's on here. This is obviously fully different. So, I'm good. I get Yes. I get it. I hear them. They're really good. They're really good, right? Let me go back to their discography. Yeah, Going for the One, I love. That's a great album. That's a really great album. Tales, I think, is a great album. Also, Close to the Edge is great. I liked a lot of their early stuff. Also, Yes album, stuff off of Time and a Word even. You know, there's a lot of really cool stuff. Really, they're a great band. Relayer is fine. I feel like I'm getting panned for my talk. You know, so many people are so crazy about the Gates of Delirium, which is fine. Gates of Delirium is fine, but I'd probably rather hear Close to the Edge than Tales from Topographic Oceans, I think. Absolutely Going for the One. Going for the One to me is where it really just came together for me. That track is easily one of my favorite Yes tracks. Like a full culmination of them, of Yes. Full culmination. Going for the One, for sure. Awesome. All right, there it is. Drama. Thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next video.